Chapter 3: Resource Brokering for Children's Families. This manual outlines various services available to support children, adolescents, and their families. However, many of these services can be costly. Expenses for therapy, medication, treatment, and other necessary services can add up quickly. One of the key responsibilities of a service coordinator is to help families access financial resources to offset these costs. While you, as a service coordinator, can apply for many resources on behalf of the child or adolescent, involving a parent or guardian can streamline the process and empower the family to take an active role. It may be helpful to explain to them that, although the process can initially seem overwhelming, it can significantly reduce the financial burden in the long run. Your role is to guide, support, and advocate for families while encouraging them to complete as much of the process as they can independently. This chapter will cover strategies for securing funding for services and explore additional ways to ease the financial strain on families. Private health insurance. If the child or adolescent has private health insurance, the guardian should contact the insurance provider to understand their mental health coverage, sometimes referred to as behavioral health coverage. The guardian should request a list of in-network mental health professionals, as insurance companies only reimburse services provided by approved doctors, therapists, and other specialists. Services from out-of-network providers may not be covered. It is essential for the guardian to inquire about the number of covered therapy sessions or inpatient treatment days per year, copays and deductibles, so they can budget for out-of-pocket expenses, public health insurance/medical assistance. If private insurance does not fully cover necessary services, families may apply for public health insurance, medical assistance, regardless of income. Pennsylvania's medical assistance loophole allows children with severe disabilities, mental illness, or behavioral disorders to qualify for coverage, even if their parents exceed typical income limits. This program can help cover costs for services such as wraparound care or extended residential treatment. To apply for medical assistance, families must provide proof of the child's disability from a psychiatrist. Once approved, the child will be enrolled in a managed care organization, MCO, which is responsible for reimbursing services. In Allegheny County, the behavioral health MCO is Community Care Behavioral Health Organization, CCBHO. Families can contact CCBHO or their designated MCO to learn about in-network mental health providers and covered services. For families already receiving medical assistance, remind them to renew their coverage and update their address as needed to ensure uninterrupted services. Applications and renewals can be completed online at the Department of Public Welfare website or by calling the office directly. Supplemental Security Income, SSI, and other financial resources. Depending on family income and size, the child or adolescent may qualify for Supplemental Security Income, SSI, a federal program through the Social Security Administration that provides financial support to individuals with disabilities. Eligibility does not require a permanent disability, but documentation from a psychiatrist is needed. To apply for SSI, complete an application online at the Social Security Administration website or by phone. Attend an in-person or phone interview to review disability documentation. Submit any additional requested information. Processing can take several months, so families should stay in regular contact with their caseworker. If a family is experiencing financial hardship, they may also qualify for food stamps, SNAP. Applications can be completed alongside medical assistance or separately through the Department of Public Welfare. Families already receiving food stamps should be reminded to renew them every 6 months to prevent a lapse in benefits. Additionally, there may be local grants and financial assistance programs available for families with children who have disabilities. Consult supervisors, mentors, or colleagues to identify any relevant programs and assist families with applications. Housing resources. Some families may struggle to maintain stable housing due to financial stress. As a service coordinator, you play a vital role in helping families navigate housing challenges. Preventing eviction and utility assistance. If a family is at risk of eviction, explore programs that offer rental assistance. Similarly, if they are struggling to pay utilities, there may be aid available for heat and electricity. The Department of Public Welfare is a good starting point for identifying these resources. Subsidized housing. If a family needs long-term housing assistance, they may be eligible for Housing Choice Voucher. Section 8 covers a portion of rent for low-income families, with families paying only 30 to 40% of their income. However, waitlists can be extremely long, sometimes over 2 years. If applications are open, families should contact their local housing authority. Public housing. Funded by the Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD, public housing has fewer eligibility restrictions than Section 8. Applications can be submitted online or through the local housing authority. Emergency shelter. If a family becomes homeless, immediate intervention is necessary. Not all shelters accommodate families, so it's important to connect them with appropriate resources. In such cases, inform your supervisor or mentor immediately. They may be able to help locate emergency housing options or refer the family to local agencies that provide urgent assistance. Conclusion. Navigating financial resources for mental health services, housing, and daily living expenses can be complex for families. Your role as a service coordinator is to provide guidance, advocacy, and encouragement, ensuring families access the support they need. By helping them understand available options and assisting them through the application processes, you empower them to create greater stability for their children.